Hi, Higher Self Magic here. Welcome to my new moon reading. We've got a new moon coming up on the 29th of this month, June, and this is going to be a beautiful week as we progress towards it. Today is the 27th, early morning, and we've got Neptune standing still. That's the most significant aspect of today. Neptune is the god of the seas, and she's standing still, and she's an illuminator. She's heightening our emotions. She's allowing us to honour our soul and our physical body, and bringing our inspiration to the fore, and also highlighting our hopes. So Neptune's in a very good place at the moment. Our emotions are getting heightened. If we feel love for a person who's not here, we're going to feel more love for that person, and we're going to hope for that person to come back. And there's a lot of possibilities for that, because this has been the year of love. And one significant thing about Neptune, let's lay a few energy cards out to get a feel of what the energy is right now with Neptune. One significant thing about Neptune is that she conjoined with Mercury on April the 12th, and that was in Pisces. And that was such a world-shaking event astrologically. The last time they met in Pisces was in the 1920s, and we had that great Charleston period and people becoming very creative. It's not going to happen in our lifetime again, and this is going to create a whole change in mood. And in recent years, people have become very competitive, very cutthroat, very money-minded, while the change now is going to move towards compassion, towards a more emotional being, towards someone who cares more for our environment, our planet, and other people. You know, worrying that other people haven't got a home, are leaving a war-torn land and need to become a refugee, and that they've left a lot behind. They're just not nothingness. They're people that have had to leave a whole world behind them. Now, Neptune goes retrograde on the 28th, which is just the day before the new moon, and that really shakes us to the core. It makes us, jolts us awake. We've been in quite a sort of a period of significant enlightenment, working on ourselves from April the 12th to now, even though we've had 2 eclipses in the way, which have probably made us more aware of people that are not good for us and eclipsed someone out, or someone's on their way out. Nevertheless, we've centered on ourselves, developing our higher self, developing our emotional understanding of what we need and what we want to be, who we are, what we desire, how we feel. Let's pull the first one, which is a storm warning. So as the new moon approaches, and we've got Neptune going retrograde, we are going to feel the need to sleep. Something is going to be revealed to most people on the 29th or around that date. We're going to have some clarity of news, but with Neptune's retrograde, we're getting more in tune with ourselves. So we need to be more in tune with nature. And a very good thing to do on the 28th is to walk barefoot on the outside ground. If you've got a balcony or a patio or a garden, walk outside barefoot, walk in your house barefoot. It will really ground you and connect you with nature, which is very important. Anyway, the storm warning might be the news that you're going to get around that time, or the news that's going to be revealed to you. The energy is one of taking care of ourselves. It's a continuous of us looking after ourselves, and we're going to feel quite sleepy, especially the air signs. They're going to feel really sleepy around this new moon, and they're going to be in quite a dreamy state. But I think that's going to apply to all of us. When we get that news, it's going to mean a new beginning for a lot of us. It's going to give a clarity to a situation, and a clarity to maybe an emotional situation. It could be a family matter, it could be a love situation, it could be someone asking for forgiveness, someone declaring that they've been a liar and they're not in that situation anymore, they're free now, or someone having done something bad to you and regretting it. You're going to definitely appreciate the changes the new moon brings, and certainly we're going to have some significant financial gains for most people, whether that's with work. Virgos are definitely going to make money. Pisces are going to be the king of the road when it comes to making money this year. But everybody's going to have some sort of good progress, good energy money wise. So yeah, it's a time to start again. Now Mars is in Aries, and that's a very good place for it to be, because it's its home sign, and also Jupiter is in Aries, so Aries is in a very strong position. It's got its emerald year. Presents are being popped into the Aries' basket for its emerald year, but those seeds have to bloom, and it all depends on how hard Aries works to get that done. Generally, this Cancer season's going to be very good for you guys. So good. Let's look at these cards. So it's a very strong energy is Mars in Aries, as is Jupiter in Aries, and Jupiter is really significant in various houses for all the signs. So for example, for Capricorn, Jupiter's in the home, the house of home, and so Capricorn will be either repairing their home physically or emotionally. It's also in the sign of true love for Sagittarius. It's in the house of communications for Aquarius. It's in the house of joy for Cancer. It's in the house of I think it's enlightenment for Leo. So if you want to know the houses, then please go to my separate readings on this. But we can see, although there's going to be a storm warning with some sort of news, we've got a woman holding a coin, we've got a man holding a heart, and a woman holding a heart, and they're going to be offering love to someone. That very handsome man has got a heart, his heart on his sleeve. He is saying, I love you. And the woman similarly is holding a heart and saying, I love you. The fifth chakra is an area that Archangel Gabriel is working on. In fact, Spirit is going to be working really hard on healing people during this new moon. Spirit is really going to, your spirit ancestors, I mean, maybe a special person you have in spirit. I've got my dad in spirit. I've got my dog, Ron Dog, in spirit. And I feel their control and their connection with me. And if I do lose my way, I connect with them very easily. And they are going to be healing you. So there's going to be a lot of healing going on, and that's so, so important. Also, we're going to, some signs are going to be growing very strong in the community. They're going to be people that people listen to. That's going to happen to Leos, Geminis and Cancers particularly. Most signs are going to have a great harvest when it comes. We're talking mostly about this new moon and Cancer season, but a little beyond that, because I think most people, before the 4th eclipse this year, which is on November the 8th, I think most people will have had someone go out of their lives and someone come in, or someone returning into their life with love declarations. And if the person who's meant to go hasn't gone by then they will go by November the 8th. But September time is the time of harvest, and I think by then there'll be some acknowledgement of September, October, of who this person who's winning your heart is. So, or if you want your heart captured and you're going to pursue someone, I think it will all happen before November the 8th. So I'm really happy with those cards. I hope you are too. I think this is one for the past. Anxiety. We've all felt a bit of anxiety, I think. Loneliness, seclusion. Gemini season was very much a solitary season. Taurus was the introduction to love for most people, stirring up Taurus season, stirring up the need for love, the want for love. Not everybody had it, but anxiety was the past. These are all for Cancer season and the new moon. And then the future one is more healing. So we've got more healing this time on the 2nd chakra. And if you want to know more about chakras, please Google them. There's some so good information. But the angels are definitely working with your spirit on that. And future is yin and yang. That's such a good card for balance in your life, a sort of temperance card. Okay, so let's move on a little bit with that. But remember that Spirit is creating this wonderful healing energy, and we're getting more in tune with our positive side than our negative side, and our own. We understand that. I think we're getting a lot on free will. A lot of this Cancer season and this new moon is the ability for us to make decisions more easily, but at the same time it makes us very much more aware of destiny and fate, that sometimes we have to sit in our chariot. I was just doing a reading for someone before this spread, and they got the Chariot card, and it was in line with all the other cards that were there. It was just sit in your chariot and let destiny take you to your destination. So that was really incredibly powerful. Okay, so here we have, I'm going to take one past, present and future for the air signs. And I've got the Pegasus there for you, air signs. It's such a period of trust and care, and I think this Cancer season, because Cancer is quite gentle, the crab is their symbol, and they live in land and water, and so we are getting that balance between land and water, the survival on all territories, the hard crust but yet the softness inside, and I think that's so important. Okay, air signs, let's get yours. You've got the Hierophant, and then you've got the Wheel of Fortune, and then you've got the Lovers. Wow, air signs. So you've got a wonderful spread there. So I love these cards. These are my very old tarot cards. I've got the more traditional tarot also, but I just love the way these are illustrated. They're so detailed. They're small, but they're detailed. And this card here advises you to maintain conventional boundaries and traditions, not to break the norm just now. Learn the necessary values from a trusted source. So basically what they're saying for the air signs is that you've learned over the past few months or the last year or so to conform, to be more traditional, to get on with things, because there was not much choice with COVID, with the pandemic, and you developed your skills to a fantastic level because you listened to what was needed, and you definitely valued the time you got to develop things. And then of course you've got the Wheel of Fortune for the present, which is just the most amazing card, because it talks of what we were just talking about a moment ago: chance, destiny, fate, karma, and it's just total good fortune. And if it comes in your reading, which it has, then luck is on your side and destiny is calling you. I think your psychic abilities are also coming to the fore, air signs, and you're listening to your gut a lot more. You've been able to manifest your energy, and I think you've manifested it quite well. And here we've got a wonderful world sign with a compass, and the world is your lobster basically. You will want to travel, you will want the world at your feet, and you've got the angels and the fairies all supporting you in your life, which is going to be very good, because for instance, Aquarius, your emerald year basket is actually coming to fruition now. So Aquarius, you're going to be getting absolutely quite, I'd say, loads of money, fame, and I'd say you're going to be on the world stage. Obviously it's not going to resonate with every Aquarius out there, but most Aquarians are going to feel some level of fame, even if it's just in their own community. But they're definitely going to see the stage and be on the stage at some point, I would say, doing something or other. But that's what I see for Aquarians. The other air signs, Libra, you're breaking out of a loveless life, if this resonates with you. You've done it all for security, for family, for the need to keep things together whilst you've been falling apart inside. And now's the time when you want to break from that, Libras. So you're going to be wanting to find a love that's going to be significantly important for you. And so Librans, watch what's happening next in your space, because there is going to be a lot of love activity, unless you can repair things with the person you're with now, who's your traditional partner, but you haven't been in love with for a long time, I would say. And here, of course, we've got the Lovers, and so that we've got Libra, Aquarius, and the Geminis, who have had a really tough time emotionally. They've probably mixed with the wrong people, they've been influenced, they've been influenced also by the power of drink or drugs or food, and addictions are quite strong, in my opinion, with Geminis in the recent past, and they've let that go, which is amazing. So they're definitely in for some love situation too. So I see love for all air signs most definitely. Let's take 3 of these for the fire signs. And the fire signs are represented by my dragon over there, who I adore. And because fire breathes, well, we've got the archer, of course, but the dragon breathes fire over its enemies. And of course, Sagittarians are filled with fire, as are Leos and Aries. And they're asking themselves, what's driving me? They're asking themselves, what is it about me that is causing this sort of love upset constantly? And this has happened a lot with the fire signs. I think they've had more love upsets than anyone else. They haven't had a lot of stability when it comes to love. And so now they're asking the questions, why is that? Am I being punished? Is it karma? Is it me? Do I do it wrong? But I think they'll come back to an understanding. This is because Saturn's retrograde, an understanding that it isn't them. It's the fact that it's just not been their time. For Sagittarius, for example, Jupiter's is now in their house of true love. It's not been there for 12 years. And when it was 12 years ago, it wasn't supported that well by other planets, whilst this time it is. So Sagittarius might have been in love 12 years ago, which is definitely what happened to me, but it wasn't supported by other planets. So that love would not have lasted. Now, if you've had love and it's broken again, then that soulmate will be coming back, or you will meet a soulmate, because Sagittarius, at the moment, it's your best time for love in a lifetime. So you are going to meet your soulmate, or your soulmate is going to come back. Let's take 3 cards for you. And here we've got the 8 of Cups. And we've got the 9 of Cups. And we've got the 10 of Cups. They're very, very good cards, fire signs. So here we've got, in your past, you've had abandonment. You've been let go. I think you've been the one that suffered the most. Here you are. The cups are behind you, and you really feel alone under that moon. That's a full moon, and you really don't know why it all happened. But things are changing at this present moment for the fire signs, and this particularly is happening with Aries as well. Sagittarius and Aries are definitely having a soulmate come back that they feel they've been abandoned by. And here with this card, you've got wishes coming true, dreams coming true, and total prosperity. So in here, the figure is sitting in front of the cups, knowing that they're going to be filled and knowing that things are going to be prosperous. There, he's walking away from the cups because he feels there's no point having them. Here we've got total glory. Look at this, happiness, reunion, harmony. So Leos are going to be feeling love also, but I don't think it's a soulmate returning. I think it's a new soulmate that's coming in for Leo. So I think you realise, Saturn's going to make you realise that you're not responsible for mistakes that have been made, and there's no point blaming yourselves. This is applying to all the signs. Saturn's making you question yourself, ask yourself questions, and he's giving you time to figure things out, which is really good as well. And if you take account of yourself and you're pure about your intentions and you're pure about your love, not having any ulterior motives, materialistic, or just codependence, which doesn't make a relationship work. If it's a pure love, it will come back. So be pure with yourself and others in your desire. But I think the fire signs are going to be waiting for that love to come to them. They don't need to go looking for that love. It's like you're going to have to sit in your chariot and let the chariot take you to them, and they're going to be at the other end looking for you. And I think it's safe for all signs during this Cancer season to dream, and to dream big. I think it's your dreams. This one's popped out, which is the 7 of Wands. So this is now for the water signs. Two more. Okay, so here we've got Wands and Swords for the water signs. Now, the water signs, particularly Pisces, is going to do very well money-wise, but they've had a very isolated time. But they've had a very isolated time through the pandemic, and also through, I believe, feeling very alone. And Gemini season definitely saw them very solitary. But this applies to all the water signs, but particularly Pisces, I think, is going to come out of this really rocking. And here, Pisces is showing conviction, a strong will, and a very determined move forwards to their previous life, which was a bit of being the victim, and now it is not. They're definitely healing. They're moving forwards here with the 6 of Swords, and they're able to manifest their own wishes now, and they're letting go of any hatred they felt, which is what's held them behind. So this is very appropriate to water signs, and look, they're making their way towards success there and letting things go behind them, even relationships that need to go. But they've got to be very careful, as the 7 of Swords shows, of deceit, manipulation, dishonesty. When the money comes in, they are very generous, very kind-hearted, are the water signs, and they might meet tricksters and people that will try to take their money. So they've got to be very careful. That's not going to happen. As I said, Pisces is going to be, in my opinion, the biggest winner in the financial front. Let's take 3 now for the earth signs. So I think all signs during this Cancer season have got a great opportunity to see their own flaws and to put those right, to be determined to meet their purpose, be on their purpose, understand what their purpose is, and get some joy out of their purpose. Be doing something to earn money that they really want to do. Now we're coming to the earth signs, who are definitely the winners on the career front. I'd say Virgo is the biggest winner. Virgo's always been a more of a workaholic than any of the other signs, but makes great strides career-wise, gets promotions, gets good pay, has a computer-like brain. Definitely does understand his purpose, but unfortunately puts his private life, personal life, or he or she on a back burner to develop their career life. So they might find that they're lacking on the happiness department and just working away to create wealth for possibly people that they're not that happy with. And I think that's going to change. Cancer season is definitely going to see Virgos questioning themselves, and although their career will remain important, it's going to take second best position to love, because Virgos have been very what's the word, very self-sacrificing. They've put a lot aside for wealth, for material things, and are possibly in the wrong relationship because of that. Libras are the same. I know they're air signs, but Libras are the same. But Virgos are now fed up of that, and I think they're going to go to their soulmate, even if it means losing a lot. It might mean losing their changing jobs, changing location. It also might mean leaving a partner for someone that they want to be with, that rocks their boat, basically. So I do see that as a strong possibility. But career will always be important, even if it means they become self-employed and develop a business, because they've got a great computer brain. Taurus, I see getting work. I don't think work up to now has been that significant for Taurians, but they are going to get really good work now. They are. They're going to move up career-wise, and Capricorns have not had an easy run work-wise either. I see a lot of redundancy with Capricorns. The pandemic hasn't been kind to them career-wise, if this is resonating with you, and we're going to see a change there as well. Let's see what cards we've got here. The Knight of Swords, Page of Swords, and the Queen of Swords. So here basically we've got a situation where we have, as I said, accomplished quite a lot. We've had a lot of bravery in our lives, in accumulating wealth, accumulating home things, but out of the three, I don't think Virgo's world has been rocked career-wise, but Capricorn and Taurus definitely have had their world rocked. Virgos have their world rocked in a different way. They've felt something emotional for someone else out of their world through a chance meeting, through fate, and that's rocked their world, and that's what's going to change their world. Capricorn and Taurus are going to move forwards, possibly with the same relationship but better, and but to a job that they will like and at least will give them money. Here we're talking about a confident human being, so it might be someone who is important in getting that work. And here we've got a queen, the Queen of Swords, who is a very supportive, independent woman, has a lot of empathy for other people. She really understands. So if she's going to be the partner of an earth sign, they're very lucky. And if the lady is going to be with someone of this Knight energy, she's also very lucky. I can see the Page being influential on a work basis. I'm now going to take one of these cards for the energy of Cancer season and this new moon. This is for all signs. Let's see what the energy is around this new moon, which is coming up in 2 days' time. Here we've got don't compromise. So most people are not wanting to compromise their lives. They want the best life they can have, and they're going to push for that. And children are going to be quite significant, whether that means someone's going to have a baby. Obviously, a lot of people will be having babies during this period, but someone watching out for this, be aware that the next 3 months and the last one, so it's 4 months in total, are really good for fertility. So they really are. So please be careful if you don't want a baby, but if you do, it's a very strong possibility. And there's so many blessings for all these signs, for all signs, because this is an all sign reading. It's always a bit risky doing an all sign reading because you can't really fit everybody in, but I've tried because I felt the new moon was really important for everyone. If you do enjoy this reading, please like, share and subscribe. So again, 3 for this. Here we've got go for it. So the theme is to go for it. Go for your goals. Go for your lover. Go for your dreams. And fresh air, being nature, go outside, enjoy the goodies that nature gives us, the trees, the leaves, the sun, the sky, the clouds, the pavements. Walk barefoot, get that energy feel coming through your bones. And the third one is steady progress. Steady progress is to be made through this Cancer season, everyone. And 3 of the Wisdom Oracle cards, and then we're done for today. I think this was a very lovely reading, and I think that we want a happy time now in our lives. I think if anything changed in the world from the April the 12th conjunction, it was that people wanted to be happier. They were sick of being sad. And try not to feel like a victim when love goes cold or when love goes, because it's a chance to find yourself and it's a chance to start again, because there's no point staying or being with the wrong person. But sometimes people that love each other have to part for various reasons, and especially if they're soulmates, because they have to grow, they have to go through their journey so that they can have a happy life with each other. Whoops. We've got 3 cards popped right out. So there's been, 4 actually, there's been a lot of guilt felt by a lot of signs. So maybe the energy of Gemini season was a guilt feeling. There's a feeling of impatience going on, you know, wanting the stars, wanting the moon. Look, he's reaching out for the moon on that step ladder, and he can't quite reach it, so he's feeling impatient, but he will reach it, and his guardian angel is holding him tight so he doesn't fall while he's reaching out. And the impasse, I think we've all felt on a sort of worldwide humanity level, an impasse. The pandemic has definitely given us all that feeling. Some people have come out of it smiling, kept their work together, kept their businesses together, but a lot of people have lost everything. And what's come out of it, I think, also is a lot more trickery, a lot more fraud going on, a lot more people needing money and creating ways to try and get money, because without money you can't live. But we've got a lot more trickery going on. Let's pull 3 more of these because I've just been told to. I can never resist. I think Cancer is a sign. Cancer is a sign of home. It's a home sign. Most people are Cancerians actually love their home. It's a sanctuary to them, and the person they love becomes home. And so they will look for home in people that they love, and this is what's going to be in our Cancer energy. When we're falling in love, we will be looking for someone who makes us feel at home, someone like that, rather than just gives us butterflies. And when you shine for that person, they will feel so grateful to you for answering their prayers, for being their destiny. And dissipating, that's a funny one at this time. So let's see what that one says. Dissipating. Yellow. Let's see what it says. There's an old lady there sitting on a chair with a canary, watching a sort of a man on the TV. So here the legend is the canary, the pet bird, has wonderful ideas for an action movie starring his owner, Mrs. Robinson. They frequently discuss the exciting plot with friends and family, but when they are given money to make the screenplay a reality, the canary and Mrs. Robinson choose to go on a cruise instead. For the rest of their lives, they talk about the great story and deal with the fantasy of the possibility of the movie rather than the reality of it. They enjoyed themselves instead. So here is a card about companionship, that sometimes it's all about the journey rather than the end result. So sometimes it's more important to enjoy the moment and have the dream, not let the dream go. So there's a lot of mixed messages in that, but that's the story behind Mrs. Robinson and the budgie. The canary. Canaries and budgies are the ones we can keep at home as pets, and our instincts are going to get so much stronger, and our wishes are going to come true. When Leo season comes, we will all sort of change again. That will be on July the 22nd. We're then going to want to start dressing up, being the centre of our own lives. But during Cancer season, we're going to be quite dreamy, quite sleepy, quite thoughtful. So with the Leo season, I think karmic debts are definitely going to be paid. So mid-July, try be humble, try keep yourself really clean, pure, and be honest and be grateful and appreciate what what you've been given, and more will come. So I hope you've enjoyed my new moon reading, and my link with the tarot cards. My last new moon reading was yesterday actually, and that dealt with playing cards. So maybe you don't know those so well, but I think this has been a really enjoyable, beautiful reading. So sending love to all of you for the new moon and for Cancer season, and please share, like, and subscribe if you can, please.